Hey everybody, yes, I was posting on a couple of the forum regarding what's going on with the check ride. So this video is kind of more of a warning for people wanting to get into aviation, fly airplanes. And here is the deal. I posted on a couple group for student pilots, and let me tell you, the response that I got was just ridiculously stupid, because a lot of people that decided that they are going to be airline pilot and they are just starting as student pilot was giving a lot of wrong information, and I want to go through that because a lot of people talking without doing any research and don't understand the concept of a private pilot for people that want to fly a regular airplane, do aerobatic, but don't necessarily want to go into an airline. So what happened with me? I started my flying. I have a time, I have my own airplane, and it took about 6 months to be able to schedule a check ride. When the check ride day arrived, the examiner decided that he's changing the time of the check ride about 3 times. Then he changed the airport that the check ride was supposed to be at. So I already set up a long cross country and all the map and everything scheduled from the airport that I was supposed to fly from. But then he changed it at the same day, an hour before, to a different airport, and it was impossible to change, but I still was needed to go to another airport. Now, here is the issue with that to start with. If you are not a pilot already, but you have your solo endorsement and you're allowed to fly, this guy don't know how good of a pilot you are, but he asks you to come to a busier airport in order to accommodate him. This is, for me, I think it's a big no-no. A lot of you will say, oh yeah, but it's your final exam. I'm good. I know I'm flying good. What about people that struggling and could crash along the way over there? Something happened and they could have failed their test and will have any other problem. But let's ignore this subject for a second. A lot of you guys were saying, oh yeah, fly to another state to finish your license. And here is the problem, and here is why you guys shooting yourself in the foot. 1 second, airplane is making noise, it's taking off. Okay, so here is the situation. If you live in California, now there is a problem. They don't have any examiners. They have a DPE. The difference is that examiner from the FAA will be free. Yes, I will repeat it, will be free. You will not pay $1,000 to $1,500 for your examination. So what they're doing right now, they're ripping us off. So let's continue with the story. I gone and did I flown to another airport. I was needed to pay for the FBO over there in order to get in, to park the airplane and get into the examiner's office. I did all that, and then I start the examination. We start with the oral. The oral was a long time. It was very complicated, but I passed it. The problem is that the examiner already have a couple other people that he runs through the day and making his $1,000 a day, and he was too tired, and the examiner decided that he terminate the exam. He's not continue with the check ride. He don't feel like it. Yes, he did not feel like it. He was too tired. He decided to go. I say, okay, I don't have a choice in the matter. So he just said it's discontinued by his decision. I say, okay, when will we continue? He say, very soon. 3 weeks after, we're not continuing the flight yet. Okay, this is my time out of the 60 days been given by the FAA. Now, here is the situation. I keep contacting the guy and when we're gonna fly, and then he set up a date, and it was a Monday. He said Monday morning. We tried to do it early in the morning because it's very hot. It was the same day that we got the examination. It was 111 degrees, and it's actually, there was temperature inversion. To people who don't know what it is, the temperature higher you go was warmer. Anyway, he was supposed to be here on a Monday, and Monday arrived, airplane reserved, school losing money on the airplane because it's reserved. He decided that he's not gonna do the flight today. He's gonna do it on a different day. He moved it 2 days over to Wednesday. Wednesday arrived, but before that I'm getting a call on Tuesday night from another flight student, okay? And the flight student tell me, you have a check ride tomorrow, I have a check ride tomorrow, the same guy, the same time, the same location. How can it be? I say, I don't know, let's figure it out. We're trying to text the examiner. Examiner, of course, is not even answering. And then in the morning they say, yeah, you guys figure it out who goes first. Unfortunately for me, I needed to go back to my business, so I gone first. We started with the most complicated that I'm sure that you was trying to make sure that I will fail as fast as possible. We started with something that was very easy for me. We started actually with a short field takeoff. And it was again 111 degrees. Okay, you guys know that the airplane don't have good performance on this temperature. Like to do this maneuver in California in a very hot day, it will be a big no-no. If it was you need to fly, you will need to cancel the flight. But you have an exam and you need to do whatever they tell you. You could not tell them, oh no, we cannot do that, we fly. And I know some of you geniuses will jump and say, but you're pilot in command. No, you have an examination that takes 6 months to get. You don't have other choice. It's now or never. We started it. Then we were following the flight plan, no problem. Then we were playing with VOR. Useless piece of junk. There is 3 GPS in the airplane, but we did the VOR. It was stupid since most of the VOR in the area almost never work. You have the one over here like you have for Van Nuys, you have the Fillmore VOR, you have the Whiteman. They never work, okay? They were off. The Fillmore VOR was out for like 4.5 months. Why do you even test someone on this? But let's forget it. I passed it. Then we start doing maneuvering, and then this is when stuff went very wrong. Not because I'm doing something really wrong, but something was going on with the airplane. It was too hot, the airplane was not performing good, and I messed up on one of the maneuvers. Right there, it was supposed to be my option to continue the rest of the maneuvers or go. But he said, it's my airplane. He took control for a second, and then he say, yeah, let's go back. I say, can we try it again? Can we have another chance? Can we finish other maneuver? It's very hot, stuff is not working as well. He said no. We got back to the airport. We got back, and again we were doing very complicated landing, very complicated. We were doing a short field landing. He asked me to land on a specific point. I did it pretty good actually. I was passing on the first line, and I touched down on the last part of the line right after the number. It was actually pretty good. I did not have a chance to finish 3 other maneuvers that we needed. I did not get the chance to do a regular takeoff and a regular landing, okay? So far. Now, let's continue with the story. I'll say, okay, what we're gonna do then? He say, he have right now another student that he need to take to a check ride. Talk to me in couple days. He did not even have time to deal with this. I talked to him a couple days after, and he said, I don't have time. And I talked to him the day after that. He said, I don't have time. I talked to him a week after that. He said, I don't have time. I talked to him 2 weeks after that. He said, I don't have time. I said, 3 weeks after that. He said that he don't have time. And here is the problem. Because he don't have time, 1 second, an airplane is coming. Again, so we are getting to almost like exceeding our 60 days. And I am contacting the examiner, and we have actually 2 weeks left. So I'm contacting him really on very stressful call, because I really want to finish my license, but he don't have time. He's going on vacation. He will be back exactly 1 day after the day that my 60 day will expire. Now, there is no way to get an extension. It's not possible. We just don't have the option. So here is the problem. And first, I got screwed. Bar none, I got screwed. Now, what I'm gonna do with it, we're gonna get in a different video, but you guys need to follow it at all the new pilots, because you guys are gonna have to get in on this. I already involved actually some senator to take it to the FAA and put them on a spot, because we have a major problem. And I also contact the AOPA to get their help. They did not want to help at the beginning, but then when they hear what's going on, it's become to be a very urgent matter to them as well. Now, when I am posting those videos online, a lot of people keep attacking me if I am doing something wrong. I haven't done anything wrong, and I want you guys to understand, because all you new pilots shooting yourself in the foot, keep being trolls against people that showing you that there is a problem. People told me, oh, fly to another state. No, I will not fly to another state. I live here, I pay taxes here, I own an airplane over here. If you need to fly to another state, someone need to sign you off over there. You are a student pilot. Unless you're doing your rating and you're doing your multi, then it's not a problem. You are already a pilot. You can go to a flight school, you can get checked over there, you have your insurance, you can rent any airplane. You cannot do that when you're a student pilot. Now, I left aviation in the past because of stuff like that, and I came back and it's just got worse. It did not get better. So I thought about, I will get in and try to fix it. Now, what's going on now, I called probably about 30 different examiners, none of them picking up the phone, none of them picking up their email, actually none of them picking up their text messages. You don't get any response from any of them, and when you call all of their answering machines saying that their voicemails are full, so you cannot even leave a voicemail, you have to send them text to most of them. Now, the situation is like this. I wanted to get deep into people's heads, okay? Some people tell me, oh, aviation is not for everybody. Some guy, I will quote him from today, tell me, oh, if you're not going to the airline, aviation, it's maybe not for you. I said, really? Because I fly aerobatic, I own my own airplane, I build airplanes. And you tell me that aviation is not for me? You should not be then a captain of an airplane because you are bad in decision making. So you should not be a pilot, bar none. You should go back to your parents' couch and think how you can get a work in McDonald's, because this is what you're going to make as an airline pilot. Unfortunately, you're not going to get any money. Get into the money portion of it. I have money. I don't need to go to an airline. I am not looking for a job. Maybe a lot of people that like think that they're going to get in an airline and going to be a millionaire and get benefit. Let me teach you something going on. Economy is really bad. Airlines are bankrupt left and right. You can work, spend all your money flying an airplane, starting as a general aviation, being a private pilot. You're never going to pass your flight exam with 40 hours. It's never going to happen. Then you're going to need to be an instructor. Then you're going to need to be a commercial. You're going to have a lot of stuff that you're going to have to do before you're going to get even to a point that some airline will talk to you. And then for political reason, when you will get there, first of all, going to be other people way ahead of you. And I'm not even going to get into the political of it, but if you're a white male, don't even bother. You're not getting anywhere with that, okay? You have to be some kind of freak of nature. You have to grow other parts on your body, usually female parts, in order to get accepted by some of those airlines. Now, most of those airlines keep crashing and then disappear. For example, Virgin Atlantic disappeared. Yeah, there is Virgin Galactic to go to space, but there's no more Virgin Atlantic. It was one of the biggest companies in the world. They're gone. A lot of small other companies disappearing. So you're going to work your ass. You're going to become a pilot. You're going to become airline pilot. They're going to pay you absolutely nothing on the beginning. Okay, you're not even going to make 25 bucks an hour. They're going to take advantage of you. Okay, but you're going to be a pilot. You're going to have some markers over here. Okay, that mean absolutely nothing. Okay, maybe it will get you some girls, but nothing other than that. Okay, and then your airline one day will fire you and you will have absolutely nothing. So when you run to pay right now thousands and thousands of dollars when you don't need to, and then you yell at other people that they're not doing the same, you should feel really stupid about it. Because aviation is not about paying as much money as possible to examiner in order to get your license, or flying to another state to get your license. Some of the people that I fly with, one of the guys is doing his multi. He flown to Arizona. The airplane was broken. He was there for a week. They never fixed it. It cost him more than $2,000. He been there, spent his time, came back with absolutely nothing. Now, this week he's flying to Florida to do his multi. Maybe something will happen. Maybe he's gonna have hurricanes over there. He will not be able to do his check ride even then. Then he come back and he's gonna lose more money. But if he stayed here and we have the examiner over here, it will be a different story completely. He could have finished it and we will be done. Now, let me give an example that none of you guys like, but this is how it is. When you go to get your car license, okay, most of you guys have obviously car license. You gone and you did like your written test at the DMV. When you're done with your written test at the DMV, you gone and did some driving lesson. Maybe your father was teaching you like how to drive. A lot of people teaching their kids how to fly, even though it's illegal. They let the kids fly the airplane while they're in the air, okay? Then you're gonna go to the DMV, you're gonna set up an appointment. Some old lady or some old man will come and give you your examination, and you will get your license, okay? This is how simple it is. And then what we're looking at right now is the fact that FAA is exactly the same as DMV. If you think that it's not, you have to be very stupid, and maybe you should stop flying if you think that there is any kind of difference. Let me explain. DMV give you a driver license. You pay taxes, they build a government office, and the government office need to give you the license. FAA, before is responsible to do all his other charts, like giving you tickets, like trying to catch you when you bust for airspace, when you're rude to a controller. Before all of that, they need to take care of you to get your license. They claim that they don't have examiner. They claim that nobody wants the job. They claim that they're not paying enough. So wait a second, if you're not paying enough and you don't have people, how is it my problem? Because last time I checked, I pay a lot of money for everything in aviation. Every bolt that you buy on an airplane, everything is certified by the FAA. So they have billions and billions of dollars. So why we don't have examiners? Because then they make it complicated, that nobody can actually get those jobs. You have to be in bed with someone politically have to owe you, or someone died and you will inherit that. This is how bad it is. And it should never be like that. If you talk to old people, and some of you guys are too young to even understand it, but go talk to someone in their 60s or even close to 70s and ask them how was their check ride. And they tell you, the check what? They was getting a test. Some of them will claim that, like, you know, they were actually flying the airplane while the examiner was sitting somewhere in the flight school watching them fly, and when they came back, they got their license. This was how simple it was. So now we're running through hoops. We have to do all those ridiculous tests, acronyms. I have to speak about stupid acronym. I am safe, okay? All those things, stress. If you're stressed, don't fly. You go to a check ride, you're stressed as hell. Then you're gonna fly in a bad weather. They're gonna push you to do maneuvers that you never, you know, it took me years and years and years to master, not to get to a point that I will ever stall the airplanes, okay? I have a lot of hours, not because I did something wrong and I keep failing check ride. It's never happened. I have a lot of hours because I was flying aerobatic with friends. I was having 2 airplanes, and I was having a business at the airport. So I was always flying with people, all my friends CFI, so I always was flying. They always signed me to fly, and there was no problem. But I master how to never get into bad situation, never get into a position that you have to stall the airplane, never get into spin. I did spin training, aerobatic, rolls, loop, whatever you want. And then you get into a check ride, and the examiner wants you to show him a stall. And you trying to do a stall, and some of those airplanes don't really like to stall because those are training airplanes. And you get into a very odd situation, and you're pulling and pulling and pulling, and the airplane will not respond to you. And then eventually it's responding, it's going to try to drop a little bit, and you're going to try to correct it. And you should never do that. And the fact that they're pushing you and pushing you and pushing you to do that, it's a problem. But here is a story, and you guys gonna love this, and whoever don't believe me can contact me, and I can send you guys the information. Today is, what is it, August 14. 4.5 weeks ago, we're in Whiteman Airport. Someone took a check ride on a Piper Cherokee. They gone to practice area. They did maneuvers over there. One of the emergency maneuver ended up in a crash with an examiner in the airplane. They lost power. They end up crashing the airplane in the mountain. They walked away. Pilot and the student and the examiner walked away. Okay, they walked away. The airplane destroyed to smithereen, but they walked away. But again, this was a maneuver that I think it's useless to let people do. To you going on a check ride to try to crash the airplane to prove that you're going to be able to control it if something will happen, but they push it to such a limit that they have more accident during those check ride than people have flying the airplanes. So I just wanted to put those like 2 cents of mine to people and explain what's going on. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you stay all the way here, it means that you're smart and you're not going to make a mistake. I'm going to make another video, and please, if you're a new pilot or someone want to become a pilot, please watch it. I'm going to explain to you guys how to be careful from flight school, how to be careful from instructors that will butcher you and keep steal your money and try to pull lessons on you. I will try to teach you a lot of very important things, how you can learn a lot of stuff online on free information that you have actually, and free videos in order to pass your reading exam that will make your life so much easier than those boring ASA books that have the same information but in a form that you read it and it's really not getting in anywhere. Please like and subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of other stuff. This subject for aviation, it's not the end of it. Again, I have right now, I'm dealing with Congress to take it to Congress. I'm dealing with the AOPA to go and file an official complaint with the FAA for what they're doing, and they are very kind of excited to deal with this because they know that it's a major problem. And I'm going to give you an update regarding the examiner because I'm taking this examiner to court. If you pay $1,000, someone told me that I'm entitled, act like entitled. If you give someone $1,000 to examine you, it did not mean that you give him money for 23 minutes of work. He has 60 days to complete my examination, not 60 days to flip me off and tell me, oh yeah, I don't have time, I have other people that I'm charging more, $1,000 every person, they are way ahead of you because they're giving me another $1,000. So you guys have to understand, you don't need to pay this $1,000 to start with. The service is supposed to be given to you for free. Okay, see you in my next video. Please share it. If you need to be a troll and write something, make sure that you base your information on something in the books and something that it's real life, okay? Not whatever you think it is. See you in my next video. I'm gonna give you guys an update what's going on with it. Bye.